Same with the pineal gland. The more you work with it, the more developed it becomes. One day in the future, linear future, human beings, instead of having a left hemisphere, right hemisphere, and pineal gland, basically what you'll have is a gigantic pineal gland. You won't need hemispheres. You'll just have this one gigantic liaison mechanism between all realities that you'll be able to use instantly. That's what the ultimate goal will be. But for the meantime, we need to work on expanding our pineal gland capacity. Now, I'm going to give you 2 visualizations to do and then other things that you can do. And again, I'm not the greatest artist, so just keep that in mind. If this is a person, smiling because he's going to expand his pineal gland, and this is the eye. Now, center of the head, royal blue, pineal gland. That's where you're going to start. What you're going to do is start a spiraling in royal blue out from the pineal gland until it gets so large and so far away from the starting point you can't even see where it ends. It's just, the spiral is just so far and wide. When it reaches that point, stop and slowly pull it back into the pineal gland, kind of corkscrewing it right back in where it started. And then, once you pulled it back in, go to brown and come out of it. And you can do this as many times a day or a minute that you feel comfortable in doing. Second one, make the person smile. Same starting point in royal blue, only you're going to start by putting the circle with the dot at the pineal gland in royal blue. Now, what you're going to do is start growing or enlarging the circle with the dot in all directions. It gets bigger and bigger until you become the dot at the center of the circle. And when that happens, once you've reached that point where you become the dot at the center of the circle, turn it all to brown and come out of it. Remember, what is brown doing when you do that? And what else? It's saying, now. I want it to happen now. Brown also means the present moment. Because when you work in hyperspace, like when you're sending healing work or you're trying to get something, hyperspace doesn't care if you get it now or 10 million years from now, or there's no time or space. So you have to send a color code that says, I want it right now. That's what the brown does. It grounds it and says, now. So that's what we're doing with that. Okay? The next thing you can do is not a visualization. How many of you know about or heard of frankincense? You ever heard of that? You use it? How do you use it? Yeah, I understand that they now have frankincense tablets. I never knew they had that. Which, yeah. But frankincense has the function of oxygenating the pineal gland and activating it. So you can use tablets, you can use the oil, essential oil, You can use the incense, whatever it is that you're using, with frankincense, will stimulate your pineal gland and increase its abilities. Oh, can you ingest the oil? Because I know some people have that and they just rub it here or in their palms. And but I didn't know you could ingest it. It's okay to do that? Interesting. Yeah. Oh, really?
1 to 2 drops.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that. But thank you for telling me that. So that's how you can use frankincense. Another thing you can do, which is really an amazing capacity, I never knew it had this capacity, and of course many of you have tried this already, is St. John's wort. Especially if you take 1 or 2 capsules of it, or drink St. John's wort tea just before bed. It'll go right to your pineal gland and get that cleared out. But here's what might happen. One side effect of the St. John's wort is it will put you in a higher state of consciousness and open your pineal gland, but it's also going to bring up issues that you haven't looked at, that you buried. So you might get nightmares or have visions of some ugly things until you clear them out. But eventually it will clear it out and it'll just start opening up your pineal gland. So just keep that as a note. I don't want to get blamed for nightmares, because it can do that if you haven't dealt with some of your issues. And then another thing which I have seen and seems to work pretty nicely is use of royal blue light. And they have these little wands just about this size that you can turn on, and this royal blue light comes out, and you can just put it at your pineal gland. Just stimulate the nerve endings at the forehead to go to the pineal gland. Actually, see the top of this? This is the more perfect royal blue color. This is real royal blue. This isn't so good, but this is real royal blue. That really will stimulate with that light at your pineal gland. So can we erase this? Oh, by the way, all of these can be used as often as you like. Interchangeably, you can do this once and then do this right after. It doesn't matter. They're all exercises that you can't hurt your pineal gland that way. And this will really be a way for you to get control of your own mind pattern. By the way, how many of you, when you dream, actually dream in symbol rather than pictograms or physical type stuff? Anybody? Or even, do you do meditation at all, or do you ever get symbols or colors or anything like that?
A lot of times when I go to bed, we were talking about this earlier, I have closed my eyes and it's driven me nuts because I get a flashing of a huge series of symbols like in light.
So here's the thing that the story disturbs people. Hyperspace downloads so quickly that sometimes they tell me, I can't even see what they are because it goes like that. But bear in mind, when that happens, it's really downloading into your pineal gland. It's like when you download a file on the computer, it goes whoosh, and then it's there, then you got to open the file and look. Same thing. As above, so below. Computers are based on the mind.
I've also had the large, and in my mind I call it a tablet of symbols and different things, and I've got white light just come and scan it.
So what do when you can't get all that information so quickly? So after the download, ground yourself. Put yourself in brown. Let it settle in. Then go back into your meditation. Concentrate on the pineal and mentally ask to open that download in a slow speed. And you control the speed of how you receive it. Then you just